Welcome back to News Geelong as we move into the world of Geelong sport and our very own Mitch Scoop Cleary.
Thanks, Rollo. First up tonight in our Interleague wrap-up, we speak to GDFL coach Paul Price. The Raiders travelled up to Bendigo and lost with a weakened team on Saturday to fall to 21st place on the VCFL rankings. In his interview with Grubby-cations, Price speaks about the consideration of suspending players for rounds 17 and 18, followed by an interview with best on ground Andrew Chalice.
The scoreboard was disappointing in the finish. A couple of junk time goals for them, but we were really in it for a while. You have to be proud of these kids, mate.
Absolutely. We said all along, it might not have been the highest calibre, so to speak, of talent that came up, but we knew that they give a fair dingham effort. And the 10-minute mark of that last quarter, we turned a 14-point three-quarter time deficit into a 10-point lead. But we just couldn't sustain it. And in the end, I didn't think it deserved to be blown out to the margin that it did, because they'd worked a lot harder than what the actual scoreboard shows.
Yeah, well, I have to agree with that, but I do have to go back to the point, and I'm not going to have a crack at these blokes that came up because they did a great effort. But I was talking to Neville Whitley earlier. Out of the side that you selected first, 19 players didn't play. That's got to hurt you, mate.
Oh, look, it does, but you can dwell on that, or you can be, absolutely proud of young Matty Tyker and the game that he played, the opportunity that he got. Tavai Soini from Winch didn't get a lot, but still eligible to play under 18 footy. Dylan Smith came through the middle and did a job. These kids came up as kids, but I reckon they walk off this ground as men.
Well, I tell you what, mate, you might have been a little bit towards the end of the game. The real crucial couple of goals, 50-metre penalties when blokes. The umpire was a little bit weird towards the end.
It was. All day I thought they'd been really good. We're not going to blame that, but
no.
A couple of times we stood there shaking our head. We didn't know, one, which way the decision was going to go, and then two, the 50-metre penalties, they just had me bemused. But look, it's happened, and there's nothing we do about it now.
A great first half, a really good second half. You've got to be proud of your own performance.
Yeah, no, I was happy just to get a good start. The boys didn't start off too well to start off with, and I think we rallied hard, and I was proud of the boys myself. I wouldn't have been able to play as well as I did if it wasn't for the other boys around me. They looked after me, protected me, and
Again, you must have been happy with your own performance, considering that the East Geelong boys all come up in the bus, 15 or 20 of them. You'd be pretty happy with that?
Yeah, bloody oath. I'm loving my time at East Geelong, and the boys down there are great. And again, they're helping me develop into a great footballer, a good footballer. So yeah.
Do you actually think East Geelong have brought a bus up? Do you think the other clubs should encompass this game more than they do?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I reckon we need a bit more support. The crowds are okay, but for an interleague footy, I'd expect to see bigger crowds, and it'd be great to see that in the future.
Thanks, boys. Now we're out to a soggy Geelong Racing Club for the latest from the two races raced on Friday with development manager John Dunn. The race meeting was called off after two races with visibility deemed too poor.
The torrential rain that fell here last Friday morning resulted in surface water on the track, but jockeys agreed to ride in the opening event and then reassess the situation. And in that race, the $2.50 favourite Revere had finished third with only two starts, and she finally broke through in the Arctic-like conditions.
They're ready for the first, they're off. And Revere jumped much better today. It was one of the first to get going. The favourite for the race, Dash of Black, showed no speed out of the gate and will go back a clear last. Mio Mai leads the way from Loose and Lovely, and Ori is now pushing up on the fence O'Reilly and just off those Revere. Wanting to over race as Dash of Black moved up on its outside, swinging off the back straight at the 700 metres mark. And Mio Mai in front by 2 lengths O'Reilly and 3/4 Loose and Lovely. Dash of Black going up 3 wide, gives the speed 3.5 lengths. And Revere's going to take the shortcut. It's going to go right up on the fence and save ground as they bunch right up, turning the corner. Mio Mai, the front runner, by a length on O'Reilly, and Revere's going up on the fence to join the leaders now. And Dash of Black, the widest runner in the home stretch. Front runner is Mio Mai, I should say. Revere's gone up on the fence to join it. Now sprint to the front and burst clear at the 200 metres mark. Trying very hard on the outside, Dash of Black going into second, and wide out on the course, making up ground is Loose and Lovely, but Revere's going to win comfortably. Revere went down to the line by 3 lengths.
After the first, stewards conferred with jockeys led by Noel Callow to give it one more try in race number 2, and Callow, of course, was on the odds-on favourite $1.50 pop Newman Lumen, who'd finished second in his past 2 starts on the synthetic, and he finally broke the drought in the blinding rain.
Lumen, the odds-on favourite, they're off. Kinbred again tardy out of the gate. Lumen began well, but Berry Buzz will shoot through and head the favourite. Going up, Fun and Roses 3 out. Kinbred going up wider, still going around the field to be third now, but 3 out. On the fence behind those runners, the Talker, Fun and Roses. As the Talker drops back, Matt and Gull running 5th on the fence. Off the top, Ben, Kinbred going very quickly out 3 deep to join Berry Buzz at the 800 metres mark. Lumen 3/4 of a length away. 3 lengths further back, Fun and Roses. Matt and Gull, they were followed a fair way back in the field by Kursu, who's gone up in front of that pair. And still last of all is the Talker to the Ben. Kinbred on the outside of Berry Buzz, and Lumen on the scene going after the leaders. And they're 6 lengths in front of Kursu, Fun and Roses, and further back as they turn the bend, Matt and Gold. Lumen in search of that solitary victory. He's moved up on the outside of Kinbred and Callow's hands and heels, and he takes the lead now. Kinbred's going to come back at him. They're clear from Berry Buzz. Plenty of slush coming up here, but it's Lumen in front. Kinbred's giving him a run. He's a long neck away. Lumen's holding Kinbred in the shadows of the post, and Lumen, well done. He brings up his win.
And that's as far as we got. After the race number 2, stewards conferred again with jockeys, and visibility was an issue. Although the racing surface on the synthetic was perfectly safe, all agreed to that. The forecast of torrential rain throughout the afternoon, the stewards had little choice but to abandon the rest of the meeting. Don't forget, we're on again next Friday. Back to you in the studio, Mitch.
Thanks, Dunny. Another job well done. Now we speak to Ballarat Football League best on ground Tim Clark as he bagged 6 goals as the Sharks beat the Western Border Football League by 20 goals at Simmons Stadium on Saturday.
Best on ground at Simmons Stadium, the home of the Geelong Cats, in the Ballarat Football League victory over Western Border. Tim Clark, congratulations, Tim. 6 big ones and a great victory.
Yeah, thanks, Rollo. It was a very pleasing day for Ballarat. We've had a few lean years, and it was great that everyone committed and put their hand up to play this year, and certainly the results show that with a pretty comfortable victory in the end, so very pleasing.
A resounding victory of 120 points, but I really think the way in which you played the game today as an interleague side, you could certainly see the effect of the coaching from John Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzy's been fantastic and really managed to galvanise the group pretty quickly. And I think if you look at our tackle count and the indicators that he set for the day, Interleague's a game of footy where I think you can rock up and all chase a kick. And I was probably one of the lucky ones down 4 that managed to get on the end of a few easy ones from the hard work up the ground.
Well, don't be so humble. You certainly did a great job, and it was interesting to hear comments amongst the crowd that Timmy Clark always seems to rise to the interleague performance.
Yeah, I enjoy playing interleague and the high standard of footy, especially playing forward. You know, you find that your teammates find you a lot easier, and the ball flows, flows nice and easily into the forward line. So certainly pleasing to get on the end of a few.
And for Johnny Fitzgerald to bring a group of players who are normally used to playing against each other together so well speaks volumes for him, but also for the players to work so well together.
Yeah, look, it was. There's a lot of senior players within the group, and there's a few of us that coach or in captaincy roles within our clubs. So I think that helps when you get senior players and blokes like Trav Robbo and that put their hand up that have coached in the past. So helps galvanise the group pretty quickly and make sure that everyone comes with the right mindset to play.
Thanks, Tim, and congratulations to the Geelong Football League, who moved to 2nd on the VCFL rankings, beating Ballarat on Saturday. That's all from me, Rollo. I'll see you Friday.
Thank you, Mitch. And now for all the weather expected for Geelong and the Surf Coast over the next 6 days. Let's look at the week ahead. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see areas of morning fog, followed by a mostly sunny afternoon with light winds and a top of 17. While the first day of winter on Friday, we'll see patchy morning fog, followed by a sunny afternoon and a top of 17. Starting off the weekend, Saturday will be cloudy with some scattered showers from the morning and then a top of 15. While Sunday will be partly cloudy with isolated showers and a top of 14. Monday will continue with the cloudy conditions and isolated showers and also a top of 14, while Tuesday will also be cloudy with isolated showers and this time a top of 13. Today around Geelong and the Surf Coast, we saw patchy morning fog, followed by cloudy conditions with patchy drizzle until late this afternoon, we reached a top temperature today of 15 degrees. And that's the weather outlook for Geelong and the Surf Coast. Thank you for joining us on News Geelong. Happy 50th birthday to our very own Geelong and District Footy League Footy Show forthright commentator, Richard Grubby-Cations. Thought you'd never make it, particularly after last weekend in the garden. But very glad you have, Grubby. And remember, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, enjoy the rest of your evening and a very good night.